Not intelligent.
You are intelligent.
Yes.
And just Jalila Mamshanj.
Sure.
What did you tell yourself this morning to reaffirm yourself?
I actually didn't have time to tell myself anything this morning because I had to wake up so early and had to make a choice of whether am I going to do makeup or am I just going to come and just not do makeup. But I was like, let me give you guys the whole thing.
Did you put makeup on? I can't even tell. Look how beautiful
you better stop.
Wow!
You better stop.
You're struggling. You're not telling me what this skinny looks like this, well. So do you drive yourself or you have a driver now? Well, you have made it in life. Come on,
I win now. Eastern Cape, not just Quebec.
So do you drive yourself now?
No, I don't. I'm usually traveling with my manager all the time, so we're always together.
How's life?
With the driver.
How's life?
It's good. It's
soft.
good. I'm so happy to be back. It's soft.
Soft.
I'm just so happy to be back home. I've been enjoying time with family. So when I landed, I went home. That was the first thing I did before coming back to Joburg. So it's been good.
I miss.
Settling in.
I would love to hear about Zozi, the one that grew up in Eastern Cape. When was the last time you cooked a meal? Wow, she's thinking about it. When was the last time?
No, it's actually not so long ago because I was home just now and Udada was there. So my dad doesn't play that game. So everybody has turns. Yes, because I have 3 sisters and so we all, take turns amongst each other. So if I don't do the stuff, then it all falls off. So I have to.
Okay, let me be the mirror on the wall. You got 3 sisters.
Yes, I do.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Who's the fairest? Who won Miss South Africa?
Oh, no.
They know.
Talking about parents and growing up in Ngomteto. Your mom was a principal.
Yes,
How
she's the
strict were
principal
you?
right now.
How strict were your parents?
Actually, they were. My dad maybe more strict than my mom, but my mom she's still a kid at heart. I mean, even now there'll be a lot of children playing at home with her. She brings them home from school. Just growing up at home, there were a lot of just kids around us because she was just that kind of person. So my mom, not that strict. She's like our best friend, we always say with our sisters. But my dad growing up was that house where, kids, even though they come when he's there, they're a little scared to come in. So he was a little strict that way. But yeah, not too hectic.
3 girls when the boys came knocking?
I mean, no.
No, come on. They must come on.
What do you mean?
Except, Kabisi Lamdana, Paco number 4, Chong, man. I'm not.
Asosi! I'm an osa. You know those ones, they don't care. They don't care if you're a model. I'm an osa. Don't go. This happened.
This is going. You know
the knocks on the door.
Quite daily. But what I've noticed with Eastern Cape, because I was married to the Eastern Cape, Eastern Cape don't play.
In what sense?
Jonga, Mameka is famous, ne? We in the mall, yo. Except Unachi, cause I Joe. Passport. I'm busy with the kids. I'm coming.
And they make you carry the camera and take
Eastern Cape doesn't play. It's so important to self-affirm.
Yes.
It's very important. Mental health at the moment, my friend, we're struggling with it.
Yeah.
It feels like for me, we are all tensed up, like we are wired to the tightest we can be, like a balloon that's about to burst. Why is it important that we deal with mental issues, and how do we at the moment during COVID?
I mean, the brain is essentially the most functioning, part of the body. Without it, what are we even doing? So I think that's why it's so important to sometimes all of the time, tap into that. Because like I said, it's the engine that really gets everything going. Yeah. And so if we're not okay on the inside, it's quite difficult to be okay on the outside. Sure. And so that's why we have to prioritize it, no matter what. And I know it can be difficult, especially, I'm going to say, amongst Black people, because we all grew up with that, humanity thing. You have to put others first, always before you. The selflessness is something that's instilled within us as we're growing up. And so I think sometimes you have to take time to yourself and forget those teachings a little bit. Maybe be selfish in terms of taking care of yourself first, because it is difficult to pour, from an empty cup. If you're full yourself, then it's easier to be there for others. So yeah, that's why we have to especially prioritize it. Go see a psychologist. It's not a taboo thing, for you to go and speak to someone, as we black people sometimes usually.
We do.
You know, many people will say you speak more to black young women. I'll say you speak to every. I say black male and female, every young black person, and young, like looking forward to. I wanted to know from you. Right now, there's so many things as in self-doubt, and we speak your phone cool because we need people to like
give us affirmation
via my likes. If you don't get those, people are like Thomas says, where kids are getting pregnant now at a young age. Level of, I always say, we're using the word depression very wrong and very rough, but people are going through a lot, man. And self-doubt is one of the biggest issues we have. Your message to them.
My message to them is, one, I want them to know that I too have self-doubts, because we do tend to have that mistake of thinking, everyone is quite sure of themselves and they have it all figured out, which I don't. And that's where the self-affirmation comes in, because once you know yourself truly, no one else can tell you otherwise.
Sure.
And so it's just a process. It's a daily thing. It's an ongoing thing, to affirm yourself and to be confident in yourself. And so my advice to them would be to be kind to yourself every day. When you wake up, you choose yourself, you look in the mirror like you did this morning. You tell yourself all these great things about you, because nobody else is going to tell you. And we are our biggest doubters and our biggest critics. And so I think if we start saying these kind words to ourselves, then we get used to it. It doesn't matter what Skhumba is going to say to me tomorrow, because I've already said nice things about myself this morning when I woke up.
It's like you were standing next to me when I was looking in the mirror. I said the same thing. Skhumba, doesn't matter what he says to me. Mamhlanje, I've got a thick skin. It's about righty. So the girls come running, crying. And the winner is Miss South Africa. Miss Nigeria came to your ear saying what?
So there's rehearsals before we do the show. And so there's like a fake winner when we do all of that.
Shem, who becomes the fake winner?
No, so they get someone from production. Wait. They get someone. So they don't get...
It was a when? When was it?
You're not winning. Sorry, yes.
So they get someone from production to be the fake winner. So when they announce the winner, there's a whole formation. You're announced, you get your crown, your sash.
Sure.
You do your walk, then you come back, and then the girls come and, embrace you. But I think the girls got so excited when, South Africa was announced that everyone completely forgot all the steps. They didn't give me my time to do my walk.
How?
And they all just jumped in. And so Miss Nigeria, who was one of my closest friends during that time, she was my roommate, actually, because we all get roommates there. Yeah. And so as soon as she saw that happening in her mind, she went into like a panic and started pushing everyone to the back, like, stop! She has to do her walk. It was like the funniest. So that's what she's doing in that video. And everyone, she trended that day. It was the funniest thing. But
and the build up now, you've got your outfit.
Yes.
You've landed. And there are rehearsals, obviously. And I'm sure when you're standing behind that screen, all dressed up, and stage floor managers going, okay, in 5, 4, I'm sure you thought, this is the last time. How did that feel? How was that whole process for you?
The whole time I was okay and just excited for the show. And I think it was in that moment that it hit me that actually now I'm about to, crown the next Miss Universe. It was a beautiful feeling for me, a little bittersweet because I had been Miss Universe for a year and a half. And
Record.
This thing, and this thing had been a part of my life for a very long time. And so giving it up obviously, will evoke some kind of feeling. But I was excited at the same time because it had been a year and a half, which is very long, longer than it was supposed to
ever been.
So I was like, I cannot wait to, see what's happening next in my life after I'm done with this chapter. Because essentially it's like a pause in your real life,
Yeah.
so to say. And so you're kind of getting your real life back.
So when you're doing the when you're doing the measurements of that outfit, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to show them things they've never seen, y'all. That black, woo!
So interesting, though. I never did fittings for that dress. I just got in and it's
Yeah,
perfectly on my body.
Go 32. Go 32, You know, Miss Daviton, when there's Miss Daviton, they win climbing Mbozi, a grocery and on a wheelbarrow. Maybe they win it, maybe an RTP house. How much did you get?
Skhumba. No, but on the real though.
Definitely not in booze.
So how do I step up to your dad with my 5 cows? Because, come on, man.
You know what? That is so funny that you say that, because my dad already has this whole interesting thing in his head about the day someone comes to pay lobola for me. So he says that on that day he will be sitting on top of the roof at home.
The roof?
Yes. He will be sitting on top of the roof and he will not come down until he gets what he wants to get. So the first step, even before anything, is getting him down the roof to come and discuss. So that's already...
We are encouraging youth right here at Kaya to write a manifesto to the leaders.
Yes.
On how we want to see things change in the next 5-10 years from now. What would you like to see change?
Sure, where do I start? You know, yesterday we celebrated Youth Day. And again, it's always so bittersweet to celebrate Youth Day for me personally, because, I mean, one, we are recognizing the youth of 76 that laid their lives so that we could be where we are today. But in the same breath, it's like, where are we today? Because looking at the youth and unemployment and just the lack of, I guess, education, depending on where you are in the country. I mean, I'm from the Eastern Cape, and education there and just systems are terrible. And so for me, I think maybe if we start there, seeing how we can give access of education to people who need it the most. The one thing that COVID, I think, has shown us is the clear line between the impoverished and people who are privileged.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that the one thing that it taught us, and maybe our world leaders, is to try and bridge that gap a little bit more. And so there's so many things. I could sit here the whole day and tick about how many things I wish, could happen for the youth and in our country. But let's start with the basic ones, like our basic need for, education.
I love the fact that you're talking about the haves and have-nots, no?
Absolutely.
COVID. The fact that it was so easy for you to get vaccinated.
Right.
You went onto an app, and what happened?
So it was open to people who were 60 years and above for maybe about a good month or less. And
this
then
is
after
in the States,
that,
though.
this is in the States.
Yeah.
And then after that, they were like, if you're over 16, you can just literally go on an app, register, and then you get your date to go. So I literally went on a Monday on the app. On the Wednesday, I already had my appointment to get my first shot for the vaccination. And you can just, how many people in South Africa?
At your age.
At my age.
At your age. You've had both of yours done?
I've had, yes. So I've got both my shots done.
How are you feeling?
Feeling good.
You okay?
I'm feeling okay.
If you sneeze, I'm running. No, By the way, talking about the youth, that manifesto, we want your views. #YouthSay. Get on to kaya959.co.za. Before we say goodbye, leadership is so important for you. Leadership in the workspace.
Yes.
It's difficult for the woman just because of gender. And then there's sexual harassment in the corporate world. How are we going to handle respecting women in corporate? Are we ready to have a female president, for example, in our country?
That's a difficult one, because not only South Africa, but the world is built on patriarchal systems, which are meant for the men to thrive and not so much for the women. And so in order for us to be ready for that to happen, we have to start dismantling the systems that have been put before us. And so, that looks like something as simple as, what kind of conversations are you having at home with your son?
Sure.
What kind of conversations are they having in the classrooms?
Sure.
Before we even get to the corporate spaces. And so I think that work needs to be done first.
Sure.
It's such a deeper root than just the surface. And so we need to get those roots out first by starting today, as soon as possible.
Enkosi man. Oh my queen.
Thank you for coming. Jo Umbali was a runner-up in Soweto 1997, and I know she's angry now. That's why she's doing it. It didn't happen very well.
Wow.
She needs that sesh. If I suspend the sesh, I'll come back.
So I heard you voted for the Tupac song in Jukebox.
I did.
Thank you.
I did.
Thank you. Thank you. We love you, Queen Zozi
Thank you so much for having
Tunzi.
me. This was fun.
We love you.